I request Kamalji to please share your thoughts and suggestions to increase the membership and also enlighten about quality and quantity. I request RRFC Tippugaru to please introduce our today's chief guest, Sri Kamal Sangvi ji.
Thank you, President. It's a pleasure to introduce my very good friend Kamalji to all our friends here. In fact, we have a very long relationship. And the first time I met Kamalji was, I think, in Rajahmundry when he came for the membership development program in DG Ramu's year. And afterwards, our friendship has grown by leaps and bounds. I was totally involved with him in the Rotary India Literacy Mission along with Shekharji, and also then doing summits at Calcutta or the summits at Hyderabad and Delhi. So, he's a very hard master for any of these big events in India which happen in Rotary. He's the man behind. He does, and he's the one who really sees to absolute perfection that things happen. And if Shaker is Shaker, I think Kamal is the mover. I would put it that way. So unless whatever event all over India, I think he's the one who is really the man behind the show. And to know more of him or to be associated, our family like Kasturi and Sonal and Kamal, all of us have been associated with so many institute conventions. It's such a pleasure. In fact, I had the opportunity to go to Dhanbad also, where he stays, and visited him there for a wedding of one of our common friends, Sandeep Naran's son. So it's more of a family member. That much I can just tell to all our friends. But the only thing is, I also request Pawan to just play audio visual of his introduction, which would give more of an insight into the person for all the audience present here. And Kamal, let me tell you that last meeting, we had about 20 members inducted into our gathering, into our club, when our DG had his first official visit here. So the district, our club has already finished the official visit of the governor, and almost 20% growth was there. We are more than 100, and we have already completed 20% growth. And our membership chair, Ramesh, is very active, and he's on the job to bring in new members every month into our Rotary fold, into our club, which is quite an old club. Pawan, I request you to kindly play the audio AV.
Friendly, smiling, or rather laughing, cheerful always, adventurous, hard-working, helpful, dependable, and meritorious. That's how you would best describe Kamal Sangvi. Truly a star. This star, born to Chandrakant Bhai and Pushpa Sangvi on 2nd January 1961 in Dhanbad. Kamal
studied in Darjeeling
and graduated from Kasturba Medical College, Manipal. Shairana mizaj ke hamesha hi the, so he found his love of life in Sonal while in college. Sonal is a qualified architect and helps Kamal in the family-owned construction business. Kamal also owns a bank by the name of Virji Bank. Kamal and Sonal have two wonderful children, Khwab, who is pursuing PhD in cancer cell biology in Germany, and Ravishu is studying in MIT Manipal. Kamal joined Rotary Club of Dhanbad in the year 1991, was the club president in the year 1998-1999, and the district governor in 2005-2006. Kamal has been the vice chair Rotary India Literacy Mission and the founder trustee Rotary India Humanity Foundation. Kamal has been at the helm of organizing some of the most outstanding events of Rotary in South Asia. Prominent among them is the Mega Summit at Hyderabad, which he chaired with more than 5,500 delegates. He has been chair of the Rotary Institute Calcutta 2011, chair Rotary South Asia Summit 2013, and HOC chair for the Presidential Conference 2016. He was an international training leader for 2 years, Regional Rotary Foundation Coordinator RRFC, and Regional Public Image Coordinator RPIC for 3 years, and he has also been GETS trainer for 6 years. Kamal has led from the front when it comes to disaster management, whether it was with shelter kits in Bihar or in earthquake-torn Nepal. His passion for heart surgeries through the Rotary India Humanity Foundation led him to ink the Aman Ki Asha agreement between Pakistan and India for Healing Little Hearts program for operating Pakistani children in India for heart diseases. He has been a pioneer of vocational training centers, having helped set up 28 such centers in his district, namely Saheli centers. Kamal and his spouse Sonal are level 2 major donors to the Rotary Foundation. Kamal is a recipient of the Service Above Self Award and 4 Avenue Service Award of Rotary International, Citation for Meritorious Service and Distinguished Service Award from the Rotary Foundation. Kamal is a far-sighted, highly popular leader. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a privilege to present a Rotarian par excellence, the Director of Rotary International from India, Rotarian Kamal Sangvi.
Thank you, Pawan. Without waiting for any further delay, Kamal, over to you. The subject given is quality versus quantity and related to the membership. Over to you, Kamal.
Okay, thank you, Tiku, and all the Rotarians here. Of course, all the past governors here. I have been working with most of them. Most of you, you guided me. A lot of you have taught me over the years. Many of you are such senior past governors and Rotarians, whom I have learned for years together. You know, you've held my hands, you've guided me, and then many of you I have probably trained. Some of them I have trained, and then some are very dear friends like Tiku. So when Tiku just picked up the phone and said, Kamal, okay, 5th August, you're going to be there on the meeting at 6:30 sharp, and he put the phone down. Without telling me why I have to be there, for what reason I have to be there, everything was later on shared, but that's the warmth which Tiku and me have, and Tiku can always dictate to me. Because that's what friends are. Friends are forever. And that's what Rotary is all about. Rotary is all about friendship, love, and emotions. Invariably, you know, people live by the rule book. That's the yellow book of Rotary. I have never ever seen the yellow book in my life. I never refer to it. For me, Rotary is all about the heart. It's all about the mind and its head and the hands. For me, Rotary is 3H. For me, I live Rotary by the heart. And then I plan by the mind and I execute by my hands. That is what Rotary is all about. Rotary is about trusting your fellow members. Rotary is about enjoying the fellowship of the fellow members, enjoying the fruits of friendship, enjoying the fruits of service and the blessings which you get. And for all this, what do you need? So to do all this, you know, because Rotary is a miracle. I always say that Rotary is a miracle. In this world where there is so much of strife, there is so much of anger, there is so much of wars, there is so much of unhealthy competitions, there is so much of strife, whether it be caste, creed, religion, whatever it is Rotarians which lend a hand of service. It is Rotarians who pledge that make the world a better place to live in. Each one of you Rotarians do that. And that's why I always say it's a place of miracle. And why miracle? Because you give sight to the blind, you give water to the thirsty, you give home to the homeless, you give food to the hungry, and the list is endless. And all this is in the heart of the Rotarians. And that's why Rotary is a miracle. And to all this, to do create, you know, invariably, a lot of people tell me that, sir, what did I do? I just gave food to the hungry. Or probably I gave water and dug a bore well in a community where there was no water for 10 years. And suddenly one Rotarian finds that, goes out there, digs a well, and then there is water, and that community flourishes. The Rotarian said, I just dug a well. Is that a miracle? You know, for him, it may not be a miracle, but for the people who had not seen a water well for last 10 years, for them, it's a miracle. For a child whose heart surgery you did and saved that child, for that child and for the child's parents, you are nothing short of the Santa Claus. You're nothing short of the guardian angel. You're nothing short of God himself. For you have saved his child. You've given the child a right to live. And that is the miracle. And these miracles need more hands. More the hands, the more the miracles we can do. And that can only be done by getting more and more members into Rotary. So let me first talk about why membership, and then I'll talk about the topic that is quality versus quantity. Why members? Why do you need it? Why we need members? Friends, the answer is very simple. You know, Tiku does business and Bhaskar does business. Governor-elect, governor nominee Bhaskar does business. Governor Ramarao does business. They all are doing businesses in their own field. Would you expect that Tiku would carry on doing the business as much as it did 10 years back, or do you want to grow? Most of you here are doing businesses or are in professions or are working for some organization. Do you want to remain where you are, what you were 10 years back, or each one of you are looking for growth? Is it not that you're looking for growth, or do you want to be stunted and shunted and remain the same way? Then Rotary is our business. Membership is the greatest, is the raw material of Rotary International. Membership is the raw material. You know, invariably people tell me, when I ask what is Rotary International, is it a service organization or is it a membership organization? Invariably people tell me it's a service organization. Let me tell you, that is absolutely wrong. Rotary is not a service organization. Rotary is a membership organization driven by its members. Service is one of the products. Leadership opportunity is another product. Fellowship is another product. Friendship is another product. Rotary means business is another product. A lot of people join Rotary for enhancing their vocation. Absolutely perfect. Nothing wrong with that. There is nothing wrong with that. That is why we Rotarians believe that it is an organization of different vocational experts, giving leadership opportunities to people in the community. That's what Rotary is all about. And what is the raw material? Raw material is member. It's our only constant. It's our only sustainable edge which we have is our members. Because more the members, the more service you can. Less the members, the service decreases. So that is why it's extremely important. It is extremely important we constantly grow. So let me take you back a couple of million years back when there were dinosaurs who were ruling the world. They were the biggest and the strongest animals in the world. Nobody could come close to them. They were so strong. And they also realized that we are extremely strong and nobody can come. But you know what? They forgot the golden rule that they have to change with time. And they forgot to change. And when they forgot to change, they perished. And there is now no, they forgot to change. Now there is no sign of any dinosaurs. They have vanished totally. They have become extinct. The same rule applies to any organization which refuses to change with time. And we have to change with time, because when you change, you need a change, constant change in the organization. And this can be brought by new members because they bring with them the new thought process, new hues, new colors, new way of doing things, new technology, new methodology, new modus operandi of how to run an organization. They come with them. They come with new thought process of how to do service in a different format. And that's why a constant change is required in trying to upgrade your organization. And Rotary is no exception to this rule, because if we do not change with time, if we do not expand, we are no exception to that rule of perishing. So a constant change is required, and a constant expansion is required. So our President Shekhar Mehta came up with this thought process, why not increase our business? Because more the members, the more money into Rotary coffer. Because you pay your membership dues. So more the money, the more the expansion of Rotary, the Rotary becomes robust, we can do much more work, we can expand our reach, we can be all over the world. And so he said, why not? And if you have more the members, you also have more contribution to the foundation. So more contribution to the foundation, more global grants, more service, and the circle goes round and round. So then he said, let us think about doing something about it. Since I have been a Rotarian since 1991, I have been hearing we are 1.2 million Rotarians. If we are such good people, why aren't we growing? If we are doing the humanity's own work, why aren't we growing? Why don't people line up outside our doors to become our members? Well, the answer is very simple, friends. Because we have not taken membership as a business. You need to take membership as the business of Rotary International. And friends, so Shekhar Mehta said that let's do something. Let's raise our membership from 1.2 to 1.3 million. What hasn't been done in the last 20 years, he wants each one of us to do it in the next 12 months. As usual, as the President Shekhar thinks large, but you know what is good about Shekhar? That whenever he thinks large, he lays a foundation below that. And he gives you a solution. So he's given a very fantastic solution, a solution of each one, bring one. You know, each one, bring one is not a fancy slogan of trying to sell something. Each one, bring one is a well thought of strategy, and it has many thought processes has gone into it before we coined the slogan, each one, bring one. It's a cumulative thought process. Each one, bring one is our pledge of each and every Rotarian to our organization. Each one, bring one is a cumulative effort of each and every Rotarian towards his organization. You know, someone touched you in this world and brought you into this fancy world of Rotary, and you're enjoying the fruits of fellowship, friendship, service, vocational awards, everything. You're enjoying everything. Isn't it time that you touch somebody and bring him or her into these fancy organizations of ours, so he or she can also enjoy the fruits of fellowship and friendship and the blessings of doing service across the world? So each one, bring one is a cumulative responsibility. I always believe that. Chalo, you know, each one, bring one is our tax. It is the cess we pay for occupying a space in Rotary International. So I want each one of you to pay your cess. It is the cess you pay for being a Rotarian, in being a member of Rotary International, that this is the least you can do, is that go out there and get one member. Is it so difficult that in the next 12 months, anybody, Majid, can you not propose one member from your friends, relatives, from your business partners, from your neighbors, and from maybe your own children? Majid is there. MV Prasad, PDG NV Prasad is there. SV Rao is there. Can we not? And Tiku, can't you get one member in the next 12 months to get into Rotary? I think this is the least your organization asks for you. And in a time like this, it is the most easiest thing to do. So I want each one of you, go out there. Go out there. So let me ask each one of you, can you all raise your hands, all those who are seeing? Is it so difficult to get even one Rotarian in the next 12 months out of all the friends, relatives, neighbors which you have? One Rotarian. You can't find one person in your entire life who can become a Rotarian. Can you all raise your hand? Yes or no? Will you bring one Rotarian into Rotary in the next 12 months? That is your cess. That is what you owe to your organization. Friends, thank you very much. So having said that, let me ask the next question. How many of you have children who are above the age of 25? How many of you have children or brothers and sisters who are above the age of 25? Can you raise your hands, all of you? Most of you have your raised hand. Now, my next question is, how many of those children and your relatives who are above the age of 25 are Rotarians? Now I see all the hands going down. So I have the next question for each one of you. If you can't convince your own child and your own brother and sister to become a Rotarian, how can you convince somebody else's child to become a Rotarian? So it all starts within yourself, friends. It starts within your own house. Go excite your children. Form a next generation club. Sometime back, I was in Patna, and in Patna, I was in a membership seminar. And in a membership seminar, I saw many Rotary children were there. They were attending it too. And suddenly it dawned on me at 11:30, I announced, why don't we have a next generation club of Rotarians children in Patna? And by 12:30, we had nearly about 28 Rotarian children signing up to become Rotarians. And by 4:30 in the evening, when we closed the seminar, we had more than 42 such children across Patna wanting to become Rotarians, and they signed up to become Rotarians in the next generation club of Patna. It is as simple as that. It is as simple as that. Coming to the next point, diversity, equity, and inclusion is the new language in the Rotary bylanes. It is not only in Rotary bylanes, it's the world over. If you want a world at peace, you must have a diverse opinion about everything. You must be sensitive to the equity. You must be sensitive to diversity in our own organization. And that's when women membership comes into picture. You know, the world population, 48% are women. Entire world, 48% are women. And in Rotary International, we are only 24% women. And in India, it is only about 14 to 16% women Rotarians. You know, Tiku, I mean, if you have to, who are the people, who would you trust? Which is your biggest asset in your life, Tiku? Can you answer that? What is the biggest asset in your life? What is the biggest asset?
Wife.
Wife. After that?
Then we go to the next generation.
So your children.
Yeah.
Okay. The biggest asset for all of us is our children.
Yeah. And also of course, my mother is the first person who will
your mother, your parents, your children are your biggest assets in your life.
Yeah.
You want your assets. And you know who looks after these assets? These assets are looked after by your partner or your spouse. For most of us, at least for men Rotarians, it is your wives or your spouses who look after it. And majority in this meeting are men. So you give your assets to be looked after by your wife, who looks after the well-being, who looks after the food, who looks after the finances, who looks after the health, who looks after the improving the education of your children. Everything she looks after. But when it comes to Rotary, you don't want to utilize her expertise. How stupid we can be. How stupid. Tell me something. For your own house, you want to use your spouse for the well-being of your entire life. Your children, your biggest asset, you want her to handle it. You want her to handle your education, your literacy, everything. Your well-being, your finances also of your house is handled by your spouse or your partner. But when it comes to bringing her into Rotary, you suddenly turn blank. How can we prosper if these people who look after our well-being are not brought into our organization itself? How can we prosper if we do not have their viewpoint? How can we prosper if we do not give them equity? It is their viewpoint. They are 48% of the world population. If we do not get their thought process, we will never ever prosper. We will never ever become an organization of reckoning. We will never ever be able to bring a sustainable change in the world without the viewpoint of that 48%, or the thoughtfulness or the thought process of those 48% population of the world, which is women. So I ask each one of you, bring in women members. It is extremely important that if we want our organization to prosper, it should be diverse and it should be giving equity to women in our organization. I never say empower the women, because women are empowered. Women are the only species in the world which can create life, it can generate life. So they are already empowered by the God Almighty. What we need as Rotarians to do is give them equity in our organization and equity in the society which you live in. Do that, and let me tell you, they will carve their own path and their own niche, and they will run. So do that, and your club will become vibrant and empowered moment you have 48% women membership in your club, or probably 40%. So please ask, get more women into Rotarians. Coming to the other part of diversity, equity, and inclusion is our road tractors. Road tractors are our future leaders. They are the future. They don't need us. Let me tell you, road tractors don't need us. I'm being very blunt about it. They can survive on their own. They are the future of our organization. They are brilliant. They are excellent. They have got diverse thought process. They are experts in their field. They are leaders in their field. Each one of them is heading their organizations, doing various things. It is we who need the road tractor thought process. It is we who need the younger generation to come and join us to make our organization more vibrant. So I would want each one of you, go out there, nurture the Rotractors, look after them, bring them, involve them in your club activities, and also ask them to become Rotarians. You know, all of us have been to school, college, then we've gone to university, and then we've gone into business or profession. When we were in school, we wanted to get into the college. That's the upgradation of lifestyle, because more opportunities in high school. When you were in high school, you wanted to get into the college, more opportunities. When you got into the college, SVS Rao said, I want to become a doctor. And then he went to a medical college because he needed more opportunity in life, and he became a doctor. And then he graduated and started making his millions. Similarly is our organization. We have the Interact. They graduate into Rotract because Rotract gives more opportunities to serve than the Interact. But when Rotractors are there, excite them to become Rotarians because Rotary gives them more opportunities to serve the community. And nowadays it is so beautiful. We've given them dual membership. They can be Rotractors, retain their youth, be nice, have fun, and also hone their skills, get more knowledgeable by being with Rotarians, and pursue more meaningful projects in service to the world and serving to change lives. So I want each one of you to excite Rotractors to become Rotarians. So having said that, each one bring one. This is what each one of you need to excite a Rotractor. Each one of you need to bring a woman member. Each one of you need to bring a Rotarian into the Rotary family. Then only we will flourish. Now coming to the second point. The second point is retention. It is extremely important that along with increasing each one bring one, we need to retain our members who are friends, who are with us. Like I said, we are world's best organization. We are the ones who change and make humanity a better place to live in. Then my question is, why do Rotarians leave Rotary? Why? Have you ever thought about it? Why Rotarians leave Rotary? The answer is only two. One, either they are priced out or they are worked out. So priced out, why? Because each Rotarian pays a fee to Rotary, so he or she wants the value of Rotary. Everyone who invests in an organization wants the value, wants to be a part of a vibrant club. So it's extremely important that you look after every member of your club. And second is worked out. Not giving him or her enough opportunity to serve, not involving him in or her in the Rotary projects. So this is where, let me club it with quality and quantity. Invariably, you know, I hear these questions every time I go somewhere. Sir, are we not diluting our organization by increasing the quantity? Are we not diluting it? Are we compromising our quality of membership? Don't you think the ethos of Rotary will get diluted with more members? And suddenly in doing this, so let me ask a question. Each one bring one. Will Bhaskar get a member which is not quality? Will Tiku, if I ask him each one bring one, will he get a member which is not quality? Will Anjana Murthy will get a member or propose a member which is not quality? And my second question is, what is quality in Rotary? What are the yardsticks to measure quality of Rotary? What are the yardsticks? When Tiku joined Rotary, did you know that he will become a past governor or he will become an excellent quality Rotarian? No. When I became a Rotarian, for first 6 months, I didn't even attend Rotary properly. I didn't. And for the first 7 years of my Rotaryship, I didn't even attend a district seminar. I didn't. So am I a bad quality Rotarian? Is Rama Rao, when he joined Rotary, did he ever think he'll become a governor? No. You know what happened to Rama Rao? So I asked the second question. What do you consider a good quality Rotarian? Is it somebody who has a fancy visiting card? He's the head of an organization or he's a CEO of a Fortune 500 company. Is he a good Rotarian, quality Rotarian? Or is it a small Bajaj dealer, a workshop, holding a workshop in your Kakinada, but that man every day spends 3 hours in bringing smiles to the less fortunate, goes and serves the blind school every day for 3 hours, make sure that he feeds 10 people who are hungry people in the world. Is he a quality Rotarian? So how do you judge? how do you judge what is a quality Rotarian? So for me, I believe that every Rotarian, when he proposes a Rotarian, Rotarian can only become a Rotarian if he is proposed by a member. Will any member propose a member who is less than him? Will any member propose a member where he sits, where he drinks, where he eats, where his wife sits, or where his spouse sits, or where his partner sits? Is he going to propose a member which he is less of quality than himself? Is he going to jeopardize his own club? No, it never happens. Rotarians always propose good members. To convert it into quality is the job of every member of that club. All Rotarians proposed are good human beings. Every Rotarian is a good human being, but to converting him into a quality Rotarian from a rhino is Rotarian in name only. From a rhino into a Rotarian is the job of the club members. If I would blame the club members that if one Rotarian is not giving proper or is not happy in his club, it's the problem of our own club members. Because we are not giving him or her opportunity. You're not orienting properly. You're not brought him properly into your club. You have not looked after. So you know what? I ask all the presidents here, all the senior leaders here. I always believe that every Rotarian in your club is like these 5 fingers. Each of different size, shape, color, creed, vocation. A thumb is of a different size, different shape, different ability. A thumb can do which a forefinger cannot do. A forefinger can do which a thumb cannot do. A small finger also has its own opportunities, has its own strength. So a club is vibrant when all these 5 fingers of different caste, creed, religion, vocation, thought process, energy, different expertise, when they combine together and form a fist, that's when the club becomes vibrant, and that's when every Rotarian in the club becomes a quality Rotarian. Friends, quality is in our own hands. Quantity is of course needed. For any organization to grow, we need the quantity. Can Tiku not grow? Will he grow without selling more prawns? No. If he says, I'll only sell 5 for the last 15 years, will he grow? No, he will not grow. He has to. Can a Dr. SVS Rao only see 5 patients every year for the last 10 years and grow? No, he cannot. He has to constantly see more and more patients to make his establishment bigger and bigger. That is exactly what we want. So I want each one of you to please look within. It is the quality which is created by the Rotarians in the Rotarians. Someone has to nudge you. Someone has to look after you. So you know why people leave Rotary is because we all have this thought process, oh, he's not of good quality. So I want again, which is a good quality member? So I ask again, any one of you to answer me this question. Is one Rotarian who does not attend at all one meeting, but at the end of the year signs a 2 lakh check to the club? And there is also one Rotarian who has no money to give to the club, but he gives 7 hours or 6 hours of service every day to the club, looking after the less fortunate, or probably giving you fellowship, or probably doing other Rotary work with you. Which are the 2 quality members? Is the one writing a 2 lakh check quality member? Yes, he is, because of this member, this 2 lakh rupees, you can do projects. And also the person who is not giving you 2 lakh, but giving his time is also a quality member. So every member is a quality member. So I want each one of you, love your fellow members. When you love your fellow members, when you trust your fellow members, when you look after them, you will convert every Rotarian into a quality Rotarian. That lies within all of us. Each one of you senior members, each one of you older members, that is your honor. So having said that, why do people leave the club? Let me tell you a small story. This is a small story. Tiku, I'm not going over time, right? Is it okay?
No, everybody is enjoying. Please go ahead.
So I'll tell you a small story. In my club, there is this fantastic couple called Rajiv Sablok and Sonia Sablok. Tiku probably has met them. They are great friends of mine. They are Maruti dealers, they are Volvo dealers, they are Ingersoll Rand dealers, and the works. I mean, he's one of the best guys, richest guys, having more than 5,000 employees, holds so many of businesses. He's been a member of my club for the last 20 years. But he never has time to come to the meeting. So one odd day, we all the senior members, of course, there are 3 past governors in my club, along 4 now. There is Rajan, who is also a past governor. There is Sandeep, who is also a past governor. There is Sanjay Khemka, who is also past governor. And we lost one past governor, that was Santosh Agarwal. So 3 past governors and me and the club president in that time got together, and we decided at 10 o'clock in the night that Rajiv Sablok is not coming to my club meeting. So we said, why is that? Let's get into a car. We got into a car at 10 o'clock in the night and drove to his house and knocked on his, and Sonia opened the door. She saw, she was elated. She says, wow, all the Rotary friends have come. It's 10 o'clock in the night, but they have come. I said, okay, Sonia, let's have a cup of tea. She gave us a cup of tea, gave us a lot of snacks to eat because she was elated to see all her friends. And we told her, Rajiv, you may not miss us. Sonia, you may not miss us, but we miss you. Come to the Rotary meeting. Predictably, next Tuesday when our Rotary meeting was there, they didn't come. Again that day on Tuesday, that night, again at 10 o'clock, we went back to their house and knocked on their house. They opened, Sonia again opened the door. She looked at us. She says, oh, you guys have come? All right, come in. That excitement was missing, everything was missing, and she only served us coffee, no snacks. And again, we pleaded to them that please come to our Rotary meeting. We miss you. We love you so much. Come to our Rotary meeting. Predictably, again, the next Tuesday, both of them didn't come. Again, at 10 o'clock in the night that day, we again, 5, 6 of us went to their house. This time she opened the house and she looked at us with disgust. And she went into the kitchen and called on Rajiv, come to the kitchen. So poor Rajiv, as all of us husbands are, we went into the kitchen and Rajiv was given a bashing of his life. What sort of friends you have? They come at 10 o'clock in the night. Is this the time to go to other people's houses? And we only were served water. But we kept on telling them, we miss you, please come to the Rotary meeting. And predictably, next Tuesday, our meeting starts at 8 o'clock. Rajiv Sablok was sitting in the meeting hall from 7:30 in the evening. He was there for the meeting. Now, this is on the lighter note, but you need to make people feel wanted. What I'm trying to say is, love your members. And then you will see your club will rock. It will become an absolute fantastic club when you look after your fellow members and look after their well-being. Look after them when they are sick. How many of you have gone and visited your fellow Rotarian when he's sick in his house? Forget about the COVID period, before the COVID. How many of you went to look after a fellow member who was running a fever? Hardly any, 3-4 hands, 3-4 hands. Go and then, go look after them. When any friend is sick, go and look him up in his house and tell him we love you very much. We just come to tell you hi and wish you well. And probably carry a box of chocolates. You will see that member will not only become a quality member, will never ever leave your club in his lifetime. So friends, again, like I said, each one bring one is what the slogan is. Each one bring one is what is the lifeline of Rotary, and that is why I always said, Martin Luther King once said, and so now this time, so let me just touch on this. Now this time we have also done this scheme of, we are trying to give membership honors to people. When you give to the foundation, when you give a $10,000, you get a Paul Harris Fellow. That's a one-time contribution which you give to the foundation. But Shekhar and me believe that when you make a member, that member gives a contribution to the Rotary International for lifetime. So we should also honor every sponsor who brings in a member. So we have devised that every one of you who propose a member will get a fancy letter from the president himself thanking you for doing and proposing a new member, and we'll give you a pin, which you can wear with pride that you have brought a member into Rotary International. When you did 5 members, you get another pin. When you get 10 members, you get another pin. When you get 20 members, you get another pin. And when you give 25 members into Rotary International, like the AKS have, there is an Arch Club Society wall. Even in membership, Shekhar has created a virtual gallery called Rotary Society, where your picture will be there for perpetuity, for doing good for our organization and making our organization more robust. And we'll honor you to be part of that Rotary Society when you give 25 members or more. Now, the fun part is that even if you've done 10 members in the past 4 or 5 years, or whenever you've done, they will be also counted in that 25 count. For example, if Tiku or probably Vijay or probably Kapil has brought 5 members in the last 5 years, and now he brings, so they will be counted. Now he brings 20 more members. His tally will be 25, and he goes into the Hall of Fame forever. So friends, it is extremely important that each one of us owe it to the organization. Pay your cess to the organization by proposing one more member into Rotary and strengthening our organization to do more, do bold and do bigger projects by serving each one of us, serving the humanity and making the world a better place to live in. And that is why Martin Luther King once said, "It is in your hands to change the world. It is in your hands to make the world a better place to live in." And I believe it is in your hands, Rotarians, that serve your organization better and make your organization better by bringing one more member into Rotary International. So the new mantra, the new religion, new thought process, new way of life at Rotary is each one bring one. Thank you.
Thank you, Kamal. It's such a motivating speech. I think I've been seeing a lot of chats not only on my WhatsApp, but also here. Maybe we'll leave the floor open, Pawan. But first, I would like DG Ramarao and other past governors to give their, interact with Kamalji, and so that, it's a free for all. And Kamal, I would also like to tell you that my father-in-law is also there. He's one of the senior members in our club. Kasturi's father, Sitapati Rao, he's also there.
Oh, I see him there. He's with the mask.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Over to you, Ramarao, and then next we don't have
Thank
much
you, sir,
time.
for being here. Thank you so much. You know, sir, you've done a good thing. You've given the hand of your daughter to a nice Rotarian.
So good evening. Good evening, friends. Kamalji, good evening. And all.
Good evening, good evening.
Past RA officers, good evening to you all. And the Rotarians of the Rotary Club of Kakinada and other Rotarians who have joined this meeting for a wonderful session. It always joyful to hear Kamalji, and that too, one of his pet topic of membership as international chair for membership. We always happy to hear you, sir. Though it's for the last 1 year, I am hearing you in so many training programs. However, it may be very joyful to hear you once again. And thank you for your quality of the membership. Really excellent, the presentation. As you said, no Rotarian will introduce a bad Rotarian. Being a good Rotarian, always we try to introduce a good Rotarian only, because we know the value of the Rotary. So thank you, Kamalji, for your excellent presentation.
Thank you, Governor Bhaskar Ram and Datta, in order of your protocol, and then we leave the floor open. Bhaskar Ram, you have anything to add or interact with Kamalji? Pawan, you have to unmute Bhaskar Ram. Is not there. Datta, Bhaskar Ram is unable to unmute himself.
Kamalji, your excellent motivational talk and inspiring. And in fact, I even proposed my wife supposed to join the Rotary Midtown, Vijayawada. And I wanted to proudly say that I am the charter member, one of the charter member of the membership society. I recently received the email from Rotary International on June 8th. So a lot of conversation, a lot of your talk helped me to understand the quality versus quantity. That's really made me to think and even to say to my fellow Rotarians in the future. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much.
Anjamurthy garu.
Yes, thank you. Governor Ramarao and Kamalji, a small suggestion to our district governor. If ever he thinks to hold a membership seminar, I request him to play this recorded version speech of Kamal Sangvi to all the Rotarians. I think instead of inviting him once again, better to have the recorded version of today's speech. It's the best motivational speech I ever had. Thank you, Kamalji, for really motivating all the club leaders to induct more members. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Kamalji, I have joined Rotary in the year when Mr. Anjamurthy was the governor in 92-93, and I'm also a third generation Rotarian. Now over to Bhaskar Ram.
Hi, good evening, Kamalji. We had an excellent session today. And thanks for coming in and for educating all the Rotarians of District 3020. I'm sure you are good at the art of telling stories in a very wonderful way. And we're all greatly inspired. Thanks for your wonderful session.
You can go through the chats also. We have some more past governors. SVS, are you still there? Dr. SVS Rao? I don't know. I'm unable to see him.
He is there. I think he has to unmute it.
Pawan, yeah.
Yeah, I am unmuted.
Yeah.
Kamal sir is very inspiring. We still remember your MD Pets. Our club was very much motivated. This year we want to give a 20% growth. We have members of 150. Definitely minimum 20% will give, sir.
MV, anything you need to add? Past governor MV also is here.
Good evening, Kamalji.
Evening, MV.
This year our club is going to induct 150 members. Already we are 774 members with world largest club status. So we are going to induct 150 members this year. My suggestion is to the membership committee. We are not collecting the money along with the submission of the application. We are collecting the money after the submission of the applications. That is, first half is very good, but second half, after the January, we are inducting the members and we are simply giving the uploading the memberships in the My Rotary account. But the money is collected in the month of July with the first semi-annual report. This is the problem comes in India. All the club presidents will induct the members and simply show the membership gains, and after that they are removing the memberships. My suggestion is please collect the amount along with the submission of the new members enrollment. So it will give more impact to the new members induction. So think of this material. Think of this way so that some of the problems will solve.
Thank you. I think that's a good suggestion, MV. I think clubs should do that. Maybe when you get a new member, collect the whole year's due in the first shot. I think that's a fantastic suggestion. Please do that.
Yeah, and rest of the members, we have the floor open. Like if you want to ask a question or clarify any doubts, can you please raise your hand on the computer where you have the option so that we can quickly for another 5 minutes, maybe if Kamalji can spare his time, can just any questions, anything on membership or anything in Rotary, is one person.
If you get me more members, I'm willing to stay back the whole night.
Anybody wants to ask questions? You have to go through the chat box also, Kamal. A lot of good reviews there.
Yes. So let me also say to Governor, this is a good opportunity. You know, we are also honoring clubs which have become EOBO club. That means each one bring one. So if you have 20 club members and if you have increased your strength to 40 by the end of the year, then on 1st of July this year, when you were 20, And by the 30th of June next year, you will become 40. So you'll become an EOBO club. That means double your membership. You will get a fantastic certificate and a letter of honorum from the president that you are an EOBO club. So I think this is a fantastic opportunity for those clubs which have low on membership, with 15 members and below, or 10 members clubs. I think this is the opportunity, Governor, that excite those clubs. Ramarao, excite those clubs that from 10 to 20 is not a big deal. If you excite these clubs that to become the new clubs, when they charter, they can also expand very well. So try to make these smaller clubs into EOBO clubs, and they get a fantastic certificate and honorum from the president, and they can display forever. So I think this is a great opportunity, not only to expand your club, but to strengthen your club. And then those weak clubs become strong clubs. Yeah.
Definitely, I'll take this in my membership seminar, sir. I will promote this here, definitely.
We have
So
a,
Ramarao, you need to say that every club, I will come to the installation only if you exercise the principle of each one bring one. Okay? All right.
we have a question directly from the stage of our, where a club or physically is being held. Someone is there to ask a question, Kamal.
Please, please.
I have a question. You said if you have 25 people, you'll get a virtual something, right? So like 5 persons, you'll get a thing, 10 persons, 15, 25, they'll be the virtual Hall of Fame.
Gallery.
And how, I mean, I never heard this, I just heard this. How are you sending this information to all the Rotarians in the world? I mean, you said, like, you said 1.2 million. I mean, if we just have one person, 1.2, like twice is like 2.4 million people. How is the president and
Good question. When we say each one bring one, I'm sure you can't be doing 1.2 to 2.4. But when we say when we are trying to say each one bring one, we are trying to say that it's a cumulative responsibility. I know everyone is not going to do it across the world, but we are exciting you. We are asking you to be sensitive to your organization. And I'm sure many of us, if everyone does it, we'll straightly double to 2.4. But having said that, it is a thought process that each one of you need to bring one Rotarian, not this year. Also this year, also next year, also year after next. Every year you should be doing it. And this is a thought process. For definitely, we're not going to be 2.4 million. Having said that, you spoke about the virtual Hall of this thing, that is the virtual society, Rotary Society. Let me reiterate that if you have sponsored any member in the past, and if in that form, if you have written you were the sponsorer, Rotary International has the record. For example, the DGN just now said he's already got, Datta already said that he's already got a letter that he in the past has sponsored 25 members and he's already member of the Hall of Fame. Because in the past, every time he sponsored a member, that form which the club fills and sends to Rotary International wrote his name as the sponsorer of the member. If you've not done that in past, I'm sorry, I can't help you there. But wherever anybody, and in the future also, I want each one of you. Also, let me tell you one more thing. We have something called as referral in India. This is only for India. And the pins I spoke about is also only for India. For international, it is only when you bring the first member, you get a pin and a letter. But this 5-member pin, 10-member pin, 20-member pin is something which is only specific for India. We are also saying referral. For example, Tiku has a sister who stays in Dhanbad. And he refers her to my club. And when she becomes a member of my club, the sponsorer in my club will also get a pin. And Tiku will also get a pin for referring a member who does not belong to his own club. Even if he refers a member in some other city, he will still be recognized with a pin for being a referral member. Okay. And there on the Rotary India website, he can go there. There is a small app. You can go there and feed in your data that I have referred such and such member in such and such club. He will get the necessary recognition.
You're talking about quality, sir, before. And I really liked how you gave examples of people going sick and visiting them. And that was really neat. All these, I've been in Rotary for the past 15 plus years. And we join a lot of people all the time. We join, like, every president comes, he joins probably 20 or 25 people. But there's a problem with retention, sir, in not only our club, I mean, ours is like 150 plus, and we have one of the largest Rotary club in our district in Vijayawada, and we have a lot of people joining. And why is there not much quality? Why don't we have? I mean, yes, I mean the examples you were saying about visiting those who are not well, giving them birthdays, like our president and the team. What we do, what they do, when they had a birthday of senior members, they go and give a cake. That's the quality of. I mean, we do all these wonderful things to keep our members motivated and give them the best quality. Like, for example, even our own members, our Rotarian in Kakinada was sick. This is not COVID time. A lot of our friends went inside. We do a lot of our quality thing, but still, last year they had to take, I think, 15 or 20 of Rotarians out. Why don't we have that quality when we do all these things which you are saying, sir? That was my question.
So like I said, it all depends on the club members. When somebody, you know what? What do you have? You have a son or you have a daughter?
My son?
No. Do you have a son or do you have a daughter?
They're very small.
He's still not married?
No, he's married. He has small children, but half the year he stays in the US. So he has mixed.
I'm asking a simple question. Do you have a son or a daughter?
Both.
Son, both.
Okay. So when the son or a daughter is born in your family, how do you know he's going to be a good citizen or not?
We train them.
How do you make sure that your son or your daughter born in your family, he is born by the gift of, he's born, comes into your in your family, and he's absolutely pure. Whether your son or your daughter will turn out to be a good citizen and a Samaritan, a person who is going to change the world, how do you do that? You do that by nurturing that son and daughter. You do that by creating a good environment for your son and daughter. You do that by making sure that the son and daughter has good friends. You do that by making sure that your son and daughter has good education, right? You take interest in them. Similarly, when you get a new member, he's a clean slate. When you get a new member into your club, that member is a clean slate.
Yeah.
It is up to you as to how you write the story of Rotary in his mind. It is up to you, members, as to how you create a Rotary story in his heart. It is up to you how you give him opportunity to become the hands of God. How do you convert his hands into miracle creating hands? It is all dependent on us Rotarians. So when you get a new member on our club, it is the duty of all the old Rotarians to nurture a new Rotarian. Nurture him in becoming a fantastic Rotarian. As you do for your children, as you do for your brothers and sisters at your home, that is the same formula you have to use in your own Rotary clubs with your new members. Orient them properly. Look after them. Give a mentor to every new member in your club. And let me tell you, when you do that, that new member will become a fantastic Rotarian, will never leave your club until and unless, for example, if he's working and he gets transferred. But I'm sure when he gets transferred, wherever city he goes to, he'll first look for a Rotary club. He will first look because he would want that love and affection of every Rotarian. So, like I said, a quality of a Rotarian is dependent on us. How good you make a Rotarian? Somebody touched Tiku. That's why he became a past governor. Somebody looked after Prasada Rao. That's why he's become a fantastic Rotarian. He's become a productive Rotarian. If somebody didn't nurture him when his initial days in Rotary, probably he would not have become a fantastic Rotarian that he is. So each one of us needs to be loved and looked after. Each one of us needs to be inspired. Each one of us needs opportunity of service, and this can be given at the club level. Then you will see the club will become fantastic, a vibrant club. Yeah.
Thank you, Kamal, for that elaborate and explaining to our members. There's one last question which the president of Rotary Club of Vijayawada Midtown, the world's largest club, Parthasarthi, he's here. He has raised his hands, surprisingly.
You can't stop the president of the world's largest club from asking a question.
Almost good evening, Sangviji and all the members, Rotarian.
Good
Sir,
evening.
as you said, on our installation day, we have inducted 8 women Rotarians. So,
Fantastic.
I have made my wife to join Rotary, and I wanted her to taste the beauty of Rotary. And another story is our DGN Datta is here, Datta Subbarao. And immediately after that, I got a call from his wife. Why are you not making me a member? So and immediately we have sent a application to her, and she filled and she has given. And we have made it a point that we have to add 20 women Rotarians this year. And we have a target of joining 150 Rotarians this year. We are almost at 790. And if I add, it is close to 950. And if you promise that you will make our RI president visit Vijayawada, we will do 1,000 club members.
You got a deal. You got a deal. Okay. You do that. Come
Deal.
watch me. I will kidnap him and bring him to your club. Okay.
That's what we want.
You got a deal.
Yeah, it's a
Sure,
deal,
sir.
sir.
101%.
We are ready for that. We are ready. Thank you so much. And one small thing. As you are saying that story, today only it happened to me. There is Mr. Prakash. Prakash Arts is a very big advertising company in South India. So he is our member, and he attended only 3 times in the last 5 years. Today, I happened to call to him. I spoke to him and invited him, as you are saying. I just invited him, and we'll make him to come to our meetings.
Fantastic. I am
Thank you,
sure
thank
he
you.
will come. I'm sure he will come.
One more last question, Kamal, because I can't refuse that because it's from the DG East Club, Sham Singh, who was the immediate past president.
Okay. Hi, Shyam. Tell me.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Sir, I am from Rotary Club of River City. It is the Bhaskar Ram's club. Sir, it is our DG who is the Bhaskar Ram. Sir, my question is that each one bring one and membership development, everything is okay. Why do you say that membership in the club is to be increased, or better to have a number of clubs? Which one is better?
Both of them are okay. You know, many times some people say that we are an ideal community. We have got good members. It is also important how you want to deal. If you know, I always say that if you want to retain your club membership at 40, you're comfortable in that because you're meeting at a venue. The venue can't take up more than that. Fair enough. Definitely, you can retain your membership at 40 if you so feel, your club so feel. But what prevents you from sponsoring a new club? Each one, bring one and form a new club, which is okay. Which is okay. Like I said about next generation club, your children, definitely many of them don't want to join our club. They want to make an e-club. They don't want to. My son, my own son says, Dad, I don't have time to travel to a club venue and spend 2 hours there. I can do service sitting at home and I want to be part of an e-club. Fantastic. And they love it because when people from all over the world become member of their club, they enjoy it. That's the new order. That's the new normal. E-club has become the toast of the season today post-COVID, that everyone wants to be, spread all over the world. So I would say that each one bring one, whichever method, either expand your own club or form a new club. The choice is yours. But that is the only choice you have. Each one bring one. Either, like Shyam, I said, either expand your own club or make afloat a new club. We have new things now. Rotary has changed norms. Rotary has changed drastically. Previously, we used to talk about attendance in Rotary. Now we don't talk about attendance. We talk about engagement in Rotary. And that's why the formats of club have changed. We have something called a satellite club. You can formulate a satellite club. They would have their own president, secretary, they would be just under your club. And then later on, when they become strong, you can formulate their own club. You have a passport club. Now, have passport clubs where you attend your club meeting only twice a year. The rest of the time, you're attending some other club. You have corporate clubs now. We have corporate clubs where you could have probably Tata Jamshedpur Rotary Club, where all the members of the club are from Tata. We have now, previously we used to say a club cannot have two people of the same vocation. In the olden days, when I was there, if one banker was there, another banker will not be able to join because we had a classification. Today, you have a cost-based club. 20 doctors can join up together and they are all interested in heart surgeries. They can form a club, a heart surgery club. You can have a Kakinada heart surgery club.
Sir.
Because they are interested only in doing heart surgeries. Fantastic. It's a cost-based club. You want to do eye surgeries. The club is only doing eye surgeries. You're most welcome to do that. So everything is changing. Thought process is changing. So, Shyam,
Yes,
you have
sir.
only one choice. You have
Yes,
only one choice. Each one bring one, either in your own club or propose a member in another club. All right. But you have to propose a member. All right.
Definitely, sir. Thank you very much.
So, so the saying, Tikku, the saying goes, "Muche ho to Shyam Singh jaisi." Okay.
Thank you, Kamal. With the permission of all the persons, Rotarians, friends gathered here, I'm handing over the proceedings to my President Pawan to finally do the final closing remarks. Yeah.
Dhanyavad Kamalji for your wonderful, inspirational and motivational speech. And हमारा सभी members बहुत खुशी हो गया.
Thank you. Okay. Can I log out now, Tikku? I have another meeting to do.
Yeah, please. No,
You can continue.
it's just a vote of thanks, Kamal, and over. Yeah.
Vote of thanks by Secretary Eswara.
Thank you, sir. I thank today Chief Guest Rotarian Kamal Sanghvi, past International Director and International Membership Development Chair. Thanks for spending your valuable time with us today. On behalf of all the participants, I will say, wow, everybody is enjoyed, energetic and enthusiastic speech, and everybody enjoyed. Thank you so much. Please accept our sincere thanks for a great presentation and helpful comments. Thank you. I also thank District Governor M. Ramarao Garu, DG Bhaskaram Garu, DG Datta Subbarao Garu, PDG Ajay Murthy Garu, TRF Tikku Garu, PDG Dr. S.S. Rao Garu, PDG Veerbhadra Rao, Bobby Garu, and also I thank East and West Godavari, all president and secretaries, including their members, families, and all the friends. And also thanks the viewers of Zoom, Facebook, and YouTube. Thank you, one and all. Over to President.
Kamal, there was a small this thing which we forgot to inform you. Because of your visit to our club, actually the president just put in a message on my phone. We would like to conduct one cataract surgery in your name at the local when we do the eye surgeries camp.
Please, thank you so much. We'll change somebody's life. Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
that is the memento for you.
Thank you. Tikku, I'll take leave now.
Yeah.
Is that okay?
Yeah, please.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you for being here, having me there in your club visit. It was fantastic to address every one of you, all such senior leaders here, all whom I have learned so much from. Thank you so much. Okay. Remember, before I go, each one bring one. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Meeting is adjourned after the national anthem.